Good afternoon, sir, and it is a very warm welcome from my side, and thank you for interviewing me.
Oh, good afternoon, Divyanshu. Welcome to the mock interview.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Sir, right now I'm in Gurgaon. I'm here for offline mock interviews, so I'm staying with my friend.
Okay, great. We'll start in a while. Just
sure, sir.
Video.
Is that a Divyanshu? Is that a mirror behind you?
Yes, sir.
If you can either move your chair or the mirror away.
Sorry, sir.
Or can you just take the mirror away? It looks like a distraction. Huh?
Sure, sir. Please give me a moment, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Something is reflecting on the. I don't want to see my face in this mirror.
Yes,
that's
sir.
better. That's much better. Good.
Thank you, sir.
The contrast is good.
Sure, sir.
We'll wait for the other two gentlemen to join in.
Yes, sir.
Divyanshu, where are you from?
Ma'am, I'm from Jaipur.
Okay. So actually, before the previous student was ending, Vivek sir was saying that he has a close relation with Jaipur and your birthday and everything. So he
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, he will let you know. So we have Vivek Narayan IAS, who is the mentor of this program. I think, have you gone through all the special session videos?
Ma'am, I've looked at some of them, which you had mailed me via the email ID.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
When is your interview?
Ma'am, 2nd September.
Okay, Divyanshu, I'm hearing an echo. Is it a problem?
No, ma'am. No problem from my side, ma'am. Is everything okay from my side as well? Am I audible?
Yes, you are good.
Yes.
Except there is too much bright light behind you, so your face is a little dark. The light focus should be on the civil servant, not behind the civil servant.
I think the blame lies with me. I was the one who made him move around.
Oh, okay.
Because he had a mirror behind his face.
Oh, okay.
I could see my face in his mirror.
Oh, so we didn't know that we were speaking to him or the mirror image.
Tend to speak speaker.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you, sir. We will
start. Or should we wait for Pradeep?
He's here.
I'm here. Sir.
Okay, right.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, Divyanshu, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Good. Now let's begin with a self-introduction. Tell us something about yourself first. What does your name mean?
So my name is Divyanshu Chaudhary. It refers to the divine powers of the sun. I was born in Banswara and brought up in the Jaipur city of Rajasthan. I have done my schooling from St. Anselm's, engineering from BITS Pilani, and MBA from IIM Calcutta. After that, I worked for a year in HSBC Bank also till 2018. And since then, I've been preparing for civil services exam. And my hobbies include quizzing, writing Hindi stories, reading biographies, and an interest in the Indian mythology, particularly the Mahabharata.
Oh, great. Great. You seem to have a range of interests far beyond your academic interests. Oh, good, good.
Thank you, sir.
How did you find the time for all of that?
Sir, some of the hobbies I developed from school only. So we had the Mahabharata introduced in our curriculum in class 7th. So that interest developed and I kept reading the original and the retellings. And apart from that, Hindi stories I used to write when I used to see the published stories in the newspaper. So that gained my interest. And I also published 2 of my stories in the regional newspapers.
Oh, great. That's good. That's good. Now tell us about some of the leadership roles that you might have handled in your schooling or college days.
Sir, there were some roles related to the leadership in various facets of my experience. First was in BITS Pilani, where I was the editor of the Vani magazine, which was the annual Hindi magazine publication of BITS Pilani. And I was responsible for handling a team of content writers, the graphic designers, and the marketeers as well. In my IIM Calcutta experience, I was the coordinator of the placement control team, which was a very prestigious job because it was our job to determine the match between the company's preferences and students' preferences and get them a better job which they want in future. So these were the 2 primary leadership roles that I played during my college experiences.
Good, good. I find both your parents are from the teaching community.
Yes, sir.
Professors in colleges. Good.
Yes, sir.
Anybody from the civil services background?
No, sir. I am the first from my family to go for civil services.
You're going to be the path breaker in your family. Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell us what you understand about the various interstate water disputes that are occurring in India from time to time.
So the interstate water disputes that occur in India are primarily because of the water scarcity and the challenge to bring economic resources under the state's domain because water is needed for agriculture, infrastructure, and other industries as well. So, for example, recently we have seen the Telangana and the Andhra Pradesh dispute over Krishna River. So, and similarly, we also see the Mahadai River dispute between Goa and Karnataka. So, these are some of the disputes. And Article 262, which caters to constitution of interstate river boards, and at the same time, various commissions that have been set up by the government as well, will definitely cater to the cooperative federalism between these states so as to bring better equity and resource allocation of water in the future.
You forgot to mention the Kaveri dispute, the long-standing Kaveri dispute between Tamil Nadu and Kerala, Karnataka.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the information, sir. That was, I missed out on that, sir.
Has that been resolved according to you?
No, sir. It is still in contention because the Kaveri River, since it flows downstream from one state, Kerala to Tamil Nadu, and there is a dam called Meghadattu Dam whose autonomy is being challenged by both these states, because of which floods even occurred in the states of Tamil Nadu. So I think we need to cater to that via these commissions and cooperative federalism mechanism.
Okay. It's in Karnataka, not in Kerala. Meghadattu is in Karnataka. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir.
No issues. Okay. What, according to you, is the meaning of secularism?
So, secularism, particularly in the Indian context, would refer to the positive role played by the state in maintaining the religious sanctity and equity amongst all the religions, so as to the citizens get the right to profess their religion and propagate and get the freedom to exercise it based on their own will.
Okay. In the Indian context, fine. What is the classical traditional meaning of secularism?
Sir, the classical meaning refers to the separation of state from the religion, where there is no positive or negative discrimination by the state into the religious arena, which is particularly the Western model of secularism. But in India, we follow an intermix of both so as to bring positive changes in all the religions present in the society.
So, do you think there is need to clarify this point by use of another expression instead of secularism?
Sir, better clarity can definitely be brought forward in secularism. For example, we have the Uniform Civil Code, which is still in contention based on Article 44. So if we can implement that in the long run, we will be able to preserve our multiculturalism and at the same time remove the discriminatory practices between various religious laws so as to better the meaning of secularism in the future.
Okay. Can you suggest any word as an alternative for secularism?
So maybe religious equity can be used in the future.
Religious equity, okay. What about pluralism?
Yes, sir. Pluralism is a much better word which can be used for specifying the diversity of cultures present in India.
Or what about, say, I'm only guessing, dharma?
So that will also reflect the spirit of the Mahabharata. So I think that is a very good suggestion, sir. Thank you.
So we are more a dharmic nation than a secular nation, I should say. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. That's okay. Okay, right. You can think about it. Sure.
Thank you, sir.
You see, 24th July 2021 was a historic day. Because on that day, we completed 30 years of
I am sorry, sir, cannot recall the importance.
Okay, I'll give you the earlier date. 24th July 1991. What was the significance of that date?
30 years of LPG reform, sir.
Ah, good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell us a little more about that.
So the LPG reforms were introduced in the year 1991, particularly because we were facing an issue with our import cover. And at the same time, we had relied too much on import substitution rather than being an export driven nation. So these reforms, the LPG reforms, primarily cater to integration of our economy with the world economy and removal of trade barriers and practices like MRTP Act so as to bring the private sector in India and based on their competitiveness in terms of technology and operational efficiency can lead to better economic growth prospects of India in future.
Okay. Any specific aspects of LPG which have really worked well for the country?
Sir, bringing of foreign direct investment and FIIs in India has led to the spur of economic growth. So that has been the biggest advantage of LPG reforms.
They also talk about jobless growth.
Yes, sir.
What do you think can be done to avoid that?
Sir, jobless growth is a very much prominent phenomenon in India, particularly because we are focusing more on our service sector rather than the manufacturing sector. So the first thing to go about would be to develop our manufacturing capabilities by, for example, we have the Make in India scheme. At the same time, in the Atmanirbhar Bharat, we have introduced the production linked incentive scheme. Which will give us impetus to develop resilient supply chains and connect them to global value chains in future. The second one would be to go for more labor intensive industries and sunrise industries. For example, food processing, textiles, and at the same time, pharma, automobiles as such, which will cater to more job growth in the future. And at the same time, there should also be a healthy mix of technology and resources, particularly in service sector. So because in areas like health and education, we still need more manpower. So we should cater to that as well. So I think because of these, jobless growth can be solved.
Have you heard of the economist Angus Madison?
I am sorry, sir. I have not heard of him.
Not heard of him. Okay. Try and find who he is and what he has said. Okay.
Surely, sir. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think about it, you answered well. I'll now pass you over to Mr. Vivek Harinaran.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Hi, Divyanshu. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm doing well, sir. Thank you.
Earlier, I was telling the panel that I will not ask any questions from Divyanshu because he's born on the day of my mother. He's living in a colony to which I'm married. I'm married to Sangeeta Malviya, the Malviya family and it is from the city of Jaipur. So he said, he's like a family boy. So why should I ask a question?
You'll have to then recuse yourself.
Yeah, so it's like recusing myself. But having said so, Divyanshu,
Yes, sir.
Obviously 14th February, people would have asked you about the significant, how do you consider yourself special? Because you are born on 14th February. Tell us something about that.
Sir, one thing is that Valentine's Day is celebrated on 14th February. So it is the day of love. And I think I am very much privileged to be born on such a day where love is being spread across the world. Also, sir, 14th February is the birthday of our late External Affairs Minister, Mrs. Sushma Swaraj. So, and the way she has contributed to the foreign policies of India, I am very much privileged to share my birth date with her as well, sir.
Okay, wonderful. You're from Jaipur.
Yes, sir.
Who founded the city and when?
So it was founded by Savai Jai Singh II in the year 1727, and it was designed by the architect Vidyadhar Bhattacharya in terms of 8 or 9 blocks which are present in the Jaipur city.
What does Savai mean and why was he called that?
Sir, Savai is a term used in Hindi which means Sawa or 1.25. So it's a quarter more than a person. And it was referred because the king was considered to be a quarter more than a person as compared to the normal praja. That's why Savai is used.
Okay, good. Now, as you said, you're both, somebody also mentioned both your parents are teachers.
Yes, sir.
What do you think is the role of education or what is in the development of India? How intrinsic is the role of education in the development of India? And again, the corollary is, do you think the new education policy is kind of salvaging that problem if there are problems?
So the role of education is very much prominent, particularly in the Indian society, because since we have faced various social issues, for example, gender discrimination, or we still have the caste discrimination. So I think education can be a very good and effective tool for empowerment, as is also being talked about by Mr. Nelson Mandela. And secondly, sir, about the new education policy, it will definitely cater to a better education future for us, particularly because of a few points. One, it tries to increase the expenditure to 6% of GDP, which is currently 2.5%. So that will be a good point. Secondly, it caters to multilingualism, which is much needed in the Indian society because we need regional specific inputs so as to teach the students better. And at the same time, it also talks about the 5+3+3+4 model, which is a very much holistic way of learning when we talk about students. And the vocational training aspect introduced in the new education policy will give us better skilled workers so as to be employed in the vocational market and hence better employment prospects also. So these are some of the benefits.
One of the respected former prime ministers of this country mentioned that hardly 10% of the funds allocated to a particular scheme actually really go down to the level at which it should be. Yes. So how do you think more money will improve education? Because you talked about 2% and 6% of GDP. That's a statement.
Yes, sir.
Good in newspaper. That's where they normally stay, in the paper.
Sir, more money is definitely needed in education in some aspects. For example, firstly, if we talk about the R&D expenditure of India, it's only 0.7% of the GDP. So if we can increase that, I think we will be able to have better prospects so as in the engineering and the scientific research, which will develop our capabilities in terms of upcoming technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. The second one would be to improve
Okay,
the
no, just to come in. I think you're
Yes.
talking of a very high level. Education, if it has to be improved, I think what has to be improved is basically the primary level education.
Yes,
Because
sir.
what percentage of children actually, what is the dropout rate between admissions and, let's say, engineering?
Sir,
If 10 children, let's say if 100 children join it at a village level primary school, how
yes,
many
sir.
make it to an engineering?
Sir, gross enrollment ratio is around 26%. So we can say 74% is the dropout rate.
No, that is only to reach there. How many make it
Yes,
to an
sir.
engineering college? So as I have 80-90% dropout actually. So why?
Yes, even more, sir. Yes, sir.
So how do you think you can increase the educational thing that aspirationally people don't want to drop out? And economics and see infrastructure spending again. How much? I mean, I don't want to get into technicality, but how do you think how much is the percentile of the expend on revenue as an operation, which means salaries of teachers?
Sir, it is disproportionately driven towards the salaries rather than creation of assets. So maybe 60s to 40 or 70s to 30 would be the optimum number.
Yeah, it ranges because state to state. In some places,
Yes,
it is
sir.
as high as almost 92%.
Yes, sir.
92% is only spent on salaries of the teacher who doesn't go to the school.
Yes, sir.
So how will, I mean, I'm still can't see the link between more spend and better education. Anyway, we'll drop out that. Okay, now you worked in HSBC,
Yes, sir.
Hong Kong Shanghai Bank. In the triangulation of resources for the development of this country, which is short form is JAM, J is an important part where banking comes in.
Yes, sir.
So again, what are some of the challenges of the banking sector in India, and how do you think they can be more canalized towards helping the have-nots?
So the banking sector in India faces quite a lot of number of challenges. The first is the issue of NPAs, which have come up particularly after 2014. And this has come up because of the reasons of willful defaulters on the demand side, and on the supply side, the over enthusiasm of banks to lend. The second is the lack of due diligence, technological innovation, and regulation autonomy of banks, because of which they are catering more to the social obligations and at the same time not giving the directed expenditure to all the segments. So these are some of the issues. And the third is the issue of financial inclusion, because of the bank accounts which are either left dormant, particularly in the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, or dormant accounts, or they are not used. So I think that is also one of the major challenges that the banking sector faces.
Okay. Over to Dr. Pradeep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Divyanshu, good morning, Divyanshu.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, good afternoon. Thank you. So you have your interest in mythology, that too specific of Mahabharata, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the first, why was Mahabharata started?
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat the last question?
Why was Mahabharata started?
So because it talks about the lineage of King Yayati and downwards from there. But I'm sorry, I'm not able to grasp the concept of the question.
Achha, sir. Let me put it in the lighter mode. Why was Mahabharata war started?
So the war was started because the Kauravas did not. So the war started because the Kauravas were not ready to part away with the region that the Pandavas had catered to, and they had finished their exile, but they were not ready to give away because of the 13th year of exile that was still in question, that they completed it or not.
Is there any issue with a dog in Mahabharata?
So issue with the
Dog, D-O-G.
Yeah.
Sir, in the last parva of Mahabharat, which is the Swargarohan parva, we do see that there was a dog who followed King Yudhishthir right up to the steps of heaven. And there he was, King Yudhishthir was not ready to go into the heaven if the dog was not allowed. So he was the Dharmaraj, and then the gates of heaven were open to Yudhishthir because he was very adamant on admitting him to the heaven as well.
Do you know the name of the dog?
Sorry, sir, can't remember the exact name of the dog.
Yudhishthir is son of which god?
Sir, Dharmaraj.
Dharmaraj. So Dharma, who is the god of Dharma? Sir Sridhar sir was also saying about secular. Essentially, it has to come to Dharma. Who is the god of Dharma? Sound come karo.
Sorry, sir, can't recall at this point of time.
Is it the war between Pandavas and Kauravas happened only because of land, or is it because of women, or is it because of any other thing?
Sir, as you rightly mentioned, it was a mix of multiple reasons, but basically it was a war of supremacy of dharma over adharma, because Lord Krishna wanted to establish the dharma by supremacy of Pandavas over Kauravas.
Shall I interrupt you? You haven't read Mahabharata well. The thing is that the dog which followed Dharmaraj was Yamadharmaraj.
Sorry, sir, was
Yamadharmaraj. It is actually Dharma.
Yes, sir.
That is the reason it is said Dharmo Rakshita Rakshita.
Thank you, sir.
And the war has happened because Kauravas have killed a dog and they threw in the compound of Pandavas.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for the information.
Essentially, the Mahabharata war has happened because of the dog, and the dog is Dharma, and that is the reason Yudhishthir was followed by Dharma. That is the reason he is called Dharmaraj.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir, for the information.
Okay, I'll ask you one more question.
Yes, sir.
According to you, who is the most important character in Mahabharata?
Sir, in my opinion, it is Karna, who was the son of the Surya Devta.
Can you tell some more characters in Mahabharata?
Sir, though the primary role was played by Lord Krishna, because he was also responsible for the Gita discourse and mediation between.
I asked you. My question is very specific. That what are the other characters of Mahabharata?
Sir, Lord Krishna, Pandavas were there. Then Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sahadev. Draupadi was there. Then Kauravas.
You are missing very important character. Yeah.
So may I know which one?
But it is time.
Yes, sir.
My samay hu.
The starting of the serial Mahabharata. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
It is not the serial because the importance of time. Can you analyze the importance of time in Mahabharata? Time actually fixed the limits of existence of God on the earth. That is the greatness of time. Actually, Mahabharata is talking about.
Yes, sir.
Chalo, on the lighter aspect, shall we go on to the major discussions? The thing is that, so what do you believe about how Kauravas were born?
Sir, the Kauravas were born out of tin caskets in which the womb of Gandhari was placed. When she got to know that Kunti had given birth to Yudhishthir, she threw a stone on her
So
stomach and
do you, do you
yes,
believe that science of that kind of science existed during Mahabharat time? During the International Science Conference, also the PM claimed to say that we had such sort of science during those times. So, do you think such science was existing at that point of time?
so there are certain instances where we can assume that this science may have existed, but our scientific temper notion, since it has not been proven yet, so I will not speak
Mhm.
about it affirmatively and say that since we should go for more research, for example, excavations and going on in Sinoli or Hastinapur, or astronomical dating mechanisms
Okay,
to prove
got
such
it, got
things in
it,
future.
got it, Divyanshu. And one more thing, can you relate the IPC with Mahabharat, Indian Penal Code with Mahabharat? To be very specific about Draupadi and IPC and Mahabharat.
Sir, though I am not aware about the exact provisions of IPC, but the
Yeah. So IPC 509, are you aware of it?
sorry, sir, not
Outraging
aware
women's
about the exact
modesty.
provisions.
Outraging women's modesty.
Thank you so much, sir, for the information.
Right. And supposedly, you are, there are many election freebies during the election times, right?
Yes, sir.
So, if you were a party president, so in your manifesto, what are the three important things which you place as freebies or free things which your party would do?
So may I please take a minute to think over it?
Make it quick. The
Yes.
other way around, if ever, what are the, according to you, the three most election free things which should be given to the people of India?
Sir, so the first should be better social aspects related to education and health. So the facilities should be strengthened so as to be more directed beneficiaries expenditure.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
What is the third thing? Third thing which you want to give?
Sir, employment and skill generation. That would be my third
Yeah.
priority.
So what about the justice delivery mechanism?
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat that?
What about the justice delivery mechanism?
Sir, as you rightly mentioned, yes, sir, it is a very important aspect, and introduction of e-courts, particularly via digital mechanisms, can help us deliver these justice better to the people in the campaigning area. So that will also be a good priority.
Thank you, Sridhar sir. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Divyanshu.
sir.
Madhavi?
Yes, sir, we'll move on to the feedback, sir.
Okay, right. So Divyanshu, we are almost at the end of our interaction. It's been quite interesting. Lots of lots of asides and queries relating to history, mythology,
Yes,
Indian
sir.
epics and whatnot. That was quite interesting. Is there anything? Let me ask you before we conclude the interview. Is there anything which you wish to ask of the panel? Anything you think which we have omitted to ask or we have overlooked?
Sir, mostly all the aspects were covered, but from my hobbies, maybe the biographies section was left untouched. So that can be one of the areas.
Okay, tell us something about the biography, your experience with biographies.
So my favorite biography is My Experiments with Truth, written by Mahatma Gandhi. And I have also read biographies of various Indian sports persons and recently of Srinivas Ramanujan, the man who knew infinity. Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell us something about Ramanujan. Because we are all from Tamil Nadu.
Sir, he was born in the Erode district of Tamil Nadu. And
Erode.
Yeah.
Erode, yes, sorry, sir. And he was born on 22nd December 1887, which is also the National Mathematics Day. And he was he went to Trinity College of Cambridge to get his degree as well. He was the first Indian to do
that. His schooling. He was born in Erode and Namakkal and all that.
Yes,
but he
sir.
did schooling in some other place. Where was that? Another famous place.
Sir, if I remember correctly, is it Kumbakonam?
Of course, it was.
You are supposed to know. You are supposed to be biographer. You are supposed to be knowing him.
Sir,
no question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. For that.
Incidentally, Kumbakonam falls in Tanjavur district, of which
Yes,
Mr. Vivek was the district collector.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
31 years ago.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
And sir, he was responsible for various mathematical innovations. He gave Ramanujan number and magic square, and at the same time, infinite and hypergeometric series, Bernoulli numbers, etc. So his contribution to maths is immense.
Mathematics is your subject. I saw that.
Yes, sir.
Mathematics is your subject, the optional also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I mean, even though the interview says concluded, how do you think a mathematical mind will make you a better civil servant?
Yeah.
Or is there a mathematical mind, or basically every mind is mathematical, including those of musicians, because ultimately music is also maths?
So one of the biggest advantages of a mathematical mind is to have the analytical ability to analyze things quickly, and at the same time be quick on the feet, because things like mathematical modeling can be done at an approximate level in our mind as well. So we can deliver the results faster as compared to the people who have not gained proficiency in that. So that will be the biggest advantage.
Is fast good?
Sir, in day-to-day mechanisms, it is good because we need to take some intuitive decisions also. But in terms of policy making, where the impact on stakeholders is large, I think we need to analyze more and have more consensus.
So, but do you think your role as a civil servant would be standing on your feet and taking fast decisions, or strategically policing to ensure that India becomes a better country?
Sir, it will be a mix of both, because civil servants cater to both policy implementation and at the same time policy making and nation building also. So it will be an efficient mix of both of these.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good. A few asides about Ramanujam. Incidentally, I hail from Kumbakonam too.
Yeah, I know that.
And
I didn't want to say that.
And Ramanujam failed. He failed in one subject. You know which one?
Mathematics.
Maths. Yes, sir. He failed in maths, sir. He failed No. He failed in English. Yes, sir.
He failed in English. And he was employed as a clerk in the Madras Court.
Yes, sir.
You know that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Overall, it's been a wonderful book. That was a great book. I read it some years ago and I enjoyed reading it. Maybe Venkatanath will do it again. So overall, it's been a wonderful.
What was the cause of death of Ramanujan?
Sir, somewhere it is mentioned tuberculosis and somewhere it is mentioned hepatic amoebiasis. So I think between these two, there was one cause of death.
Yes.
It's either TB or hepatic amoebiasis.
Yeah, those days TB had no cure. That's the reason.
Yes, sir.
He struggled for about 4 or 5 years and then finally he collapsed.
Yes, sir. 1920. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that concludes the formal part of the interaction. Divyanshu, it was very nice. We enjoyed chatting with you.
Thank you.
Now for the feedback part of it, I'll begin with a few general points and then I'll hand over to the other panelists. First thing is about the external factors. You must come properly attired for any interview. Properly booted, suited, tied and all that.
Yes, sir.
You are aware of that?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I was not able. I was in a hurry today, so that's why.
Oh, what was the hurry about? We called you only at 12:30 or 12 o'clock or whatever. Huh?
No, sir. Actually, a friend was hospitalized, so I had to visit and then come back. So because of that, yes.
Okay. I hope he's all right now.
Yes, sir. He's all right now. Thank you.
But anyway, so make sure that you are properly attired and dressed and all that.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
about your specs, I find your specs are a little too large for your face.
Yes.
And though you have a boyish look and a fine hairstyle, the specs make you look much older than what you are. So kindly do something about it. Maybe you can have a change of glass or whatever it is. Have a thin frame.
Yes, sir.
Vivek will explain more about that. That's so far as the external factors are concerned.
Thank
So
you.
far as your appearance is concerned, well, you're very cheerful. You're always having a smiling face. You're confident. You're not nervous. I'm sure since you've also done your MBA, you know you've handled many an interview. So I'm sure you can handle situations with aplomb and grace. So that's a
Yes,
great
sir.
for you. And interviews don't normally scare you in any manner. And your biodata is very, very impressive. Your CV is very impressive. You have varied interests in different areas, both the matters of the head and heart. That speaks of the amount of varied interests you have in different aspects, both educational, extracurricular, co-curricular, and outside of that also. And that is something which shows that you have a keen mind. You have a learning mind. You want to acquire more knowledge. You want to probe. You are inquisitive. You want to study new things and come up with answers. And most of the responses were also you had thought through the program, and many a times, of course, you had to pause for a while since this was new, which you had not been addressed to. But you came up with good answers, balanced, fair, impartial, and overall very sensible replies to very, very tricky questions, including the ones on secularism and dharma and all that, which
Yes,
you have to think over and come up with original solutions, because these are things which nobody gives you in a textbook.
yes, sir.
I had to think about it for a long number of years, and finally I thought maybe this is a better option than calling ourselves a secular nation. In fact, there are very few secular nations in the world, so even to call ourselves one is a kind of a misnomer today.
Yes, sir. It is
Okay.
amazing.
Okay.
Thank you.
So overall, we really enjoyed the interaction. You are well up to it. Your understanding of issues, subjects, current affairs, various other topics, very good. And I'm sure you are a very, very prospective candidate for the civil services. We wish you the very best of luck and all the best. I'm sure you do very well with a few little
Thank you so
improvements.
much,
What
sir.
you can do is write down all the questions that we have asked you today and the
Yes, sir.
replies which you have given, and see which of those replies can be further improved upon in some manner. When
Yes,
you
sir.
start thinking about it, maybe you can also practice it a little, but your conversational is very good. Your command over the language is fine, and your expression, modulation, all that is excellent. So overall, you're a fit candidate for selection. All the
Thank you,
best.
sir.
Do well.
Thank you so much, sir.
Vivek?
Well done, Divyanshu. As I said, you're almost like family because of all the many coincidences that are common between both of us. You've done
Thank you,
well.
sir.
As I said on the glasses, as he's mentioned, for the reason that when you wear a mask, which you'll be asked to wear, the
Yes, sir.
chances are in an air-conditioned room, which would be at 21 degrees or 20 degrees, and considering the moisture that sometimes Delhi can have at that point of time, Jaipur is also raining off and on. Your
Yes,
glasses
sir.
may tend to fog up. So that'll be a distraction when you speak or breathe, and the fog will keep forming on your eyes. So please make sure that you wear a mask and sit in front of a mirror, make the room temperature 21, and then talk and see that what is the consequences of that. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
very
I'll try
important.
that.
I
Yes,
would
sir.
brush
Thank
my
you.
hair a little back. I think they cover your forehead a little too much. So if you know, it's a little more slightly cleaner look rather than
Yes, sir.
that will be good. On the dress, we've had no chance to see you what you dress like, and honestly, I mean, a friend's sickness for me doesn't matter much, because in a civil servant's life, believe me, just to give you an example, I was made in charge. I'm a Christian. My name doesn't suggest so, but I'm a Christian, and I was taking care of this 200-year celebrations of my church, which is St. Andrew's Church in Chennai, which is on the 25th. And I was in charge of the entire program, the minute-to-minute program, coordinating that everybody comes on time, etc. While coordinating at 24th February evening at 7 o'clock, I got the news that my mother died in Lucknow. The program went
Sorry
on.
about that, sir.
No, nothing to be sorry. She was 93 years old. She lived a damn good life. She's a 5 gold medal winner in the university. We celebrate her life. We don't, and 93 is very good.
That's really great, sir.
But the program went on. Nobody knew that my mother had died. Mother.
Yes, sir.
So that's it. I mean, a situation will come. A life death situations will come in your civil service, which means,
Yes,
a flood has happened. Your wife is about to deliver. Now, do you go for the flood or do you go for your wife's delivery? And as I said, no excuses like friend became sick, etc., etc. Excuses come in between. If you have to wear a tie, you have to wear a suit. You have to do it. That's it. Simple.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So
Sir.
that's one. Learn up on. You've done very well. I think your knowledge and your capacity to understand the question and answer to it is brilliant. I mean, amongst the top 5 that I've done, and believe me, at our level, we've done now more than 350. Out of the 2,000, we've done about 350 or 400 children. We've done, and one some way or the other. You would be amongst the top 10, I would say, in terms of understanding the question, absorbing the question, and then replying to the question, and not just kind of, telling an answer which is already in my mind. So I will tell it irrespective of whatever the question may be.
Yes, sir.
You have a nice way to start a conversation, which I think is again very good. If you have written the Mahabharata, if you've written mythology, which is good, but if you've written in your DAF, it just says mythology. If you want to stick on to mythology and talk about what is the importance and significance of reading mythology, then please also brush up on other mythologies.
Yes, sir.
Could be, otherwise they could ask you, do you think Greek mythology is not important? Why do you want to read only Indian mythology? Those kind of questions can trip a person. So read a little bit about Greek mythology. Read about, your Saint Anselms, for instance, the original Saint Anselms, which is started in Ajmer, and from
Yes,
where
sir.
your PC, your Pink City Anselms has come. There's the motto of the school is in Latin. So you must understand all those things. So, I mean, there are a lot of other things that are important.
Yes, sir.
Mathematics, I think the answer on mathematics and civil service, probably you could take it to a slightly higher level. But I think the answer was very good. I think it's very, very well structured. I would say that all on facts, and again, very good. Jaipur 1727, Savai Mansingh 2, very good. And Savai means 1 1/4. And I think these are all things on which you are very, very strong and very good. Now, these things show that, you have both vertical and horizontal knowledge.
Yes.
Vertical knowledge in terms of depths of analysis that can be done. Horizontal knowledge, please read up also on things like which we have not asked you about. But there are a lot of questions which are coming on the Olympics. There are a lot of questions which are coming on COVID and strategy of COVID.
Yes, sir.
There are a lot of questions which are coming around Afghanistan, Taliban, and border issues, especially with China. There are a lot of issues which are coming around. You are from BITS Pilani.
Yes,
so, there are a lot of issues which are coming around institutions of excellence and what is their role.
Yes, sir.
Take it to a good level. There are a lot of, again, questions which are coming on Northeast now. I'm seeing a lot of questions on Northeast.
So the Assam Mizoram issue.
Yeah, the whole Northeast, the Seven Sisters.
Yes.
Just read up about the whole thing and be well informed about those things. We didn't ask you. Electronics and electrics is something that you've done, electrical and electronics you've done. Some people are also being asked this question, that having done so much of time in IIT or BITS Pilani, do you think it's a waste of time and money that, we educated you and then now you want to just come and join civil service? These questions are also coming. Now, I know that from your capacity to be able to absorb a question and structure your answer, you'll be able to do well. But believe me, Divyanshu, please don't trust your brain for that last minute answer. For as many questions, if you can write it down, study it, and see there's nothing controversial. Now, one thing which was very controversial, which you said about the improvement in the system from 2014. 2014, Modi came to power.
Yes, sir. That can have a political notation, sir.
Oh, it's a huge thing. Yes, huge thing. Because please don't forget that all the guys who are sitting in the panel are all got their jobs and worked during the Congress. And I'm being honest about it. Cutting off development in terms of development and non-development before 2014 and post 2019, you could be murdered.
Yes, sir.
So the important point, every word of your answer has the capacity to become either a strong point for you or a point on which you can face death. So write out your answers and make sure that I don't write down answers to ensure that you don't include timelines which would lead to controversy. I didn't want to do on that because but these are very controversial datelines and all, and I don't think you're expected to take those kind of. But otherwise, very well done. On the interview, I see you 200 plus.
Thank you, sir.
With a little bit of, as I said, what we've told you about. Over to Dr. Pradeep.
Sir, can I please just say one thing to Vivek, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, as you rightly mentioned, I was asked this question about Greek mythology in my actual interview last year, that why are you focusing more on Indian and not on Greek? So thank you for that valuable addition also, sir. I will try to prepare
You do realize that any and every member who's now in the UPSC panel is either my junior or my batchmate.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Including Sujata, Rajiv Nayan Chaubey, and 3 or 4 of them are from Tamil Nadu cadre. So Sridhar and I are both seniors to them. So we know their minds. Nagarajan and all these guys, Satyavati, we all know their mind. No, if there is anything that looks inward, Indian mythology, Indian food, what kind of cooking I like, what kind of food you like, I like Indian food. So, I mean, these are all, because I think some of the people, I don't know, you've not mentioned it, but some people do mention about cooking.
Yes.
But that's on very slippery ground. Because, okay, you do cooking. Can you prepare a nice risole for me? Now the man is flood. The bugger has only done dal chawal.
Yes.
I'm telling you. So what?
Yes,
how can you be saying I'm good at one of my hobbies is cooking, and what do? I do dal and chawal.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this is like negative. So if you're talking mythology and you're talking Mahabharata, as you said, Dr. Pradeep seems to be an authority. I mean, he said a lot of things which I didn't know about Mahabharata.
Yes.
When I thought it was just a Kaurav thing, and of course I knew the dog part of it, but I didn't know the name. So these are points of trip, and I don't want you to trip anywhere. I want you to cross 200 without.
I will definitely do that, sir.
And for that, please put your hair back. You have a forehead. Please show it. This. Shampooed hair falling on head and all those things. Please remember that the guys were sitting there all 60 plus. So they're kind of a little old fashioned, like me and Sridhar. And Sridhar's hair can't fall on his forehead, unfortunately. Mine can, but I'd make sure that they don't. You should become neighbors. We should not become neighbors. Owner's pride, neighbors envy. It should not become. यार मैं तो ये हाल है इसके इतने बाल हैं साला मुंह पे गिरा रखा है इसने तो थोड़ा अपना पीछे कर लो यार. But you have the capacity to cross 200 easily. If you have any doubts, please talk to Madhvi. Get back to us on anything else that you'd like to do. God bless you, and I think you have immense potential. Yeah, Dr. Pradeep.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, actually, there is one Pandit, Garikapati Narasimha Rao in Telangana, in Andhra, Telangana. So he gives his lectures on Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all of that. I'm an avid follower, and so he compares everything to the contemporary situations, what exactly has happened during Mahabharata. The IPC 509 actually is in a way
outraging the modesty of a woman. Yeah, that's like IPC.
Yes. So on that note, apart from that, Acha, Divyanshu, you are doing very good. And the only thing is that I happen to notice that you are taking a long process. So probably that you can cut short.
Was it because of technology? I don't know. Pradeep, was there a time lag between our completing the sentence and your listening it, or is there something like that?
Actually, when the things which he wants to think upon, he is taking lots of time.
Yeah.
So that can be cut shorted because you are taking a long gap of almost 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah,
probably you can decrease it to 10 seconds because
good percent.
That's a
good point.
That I found.
Yes, sir.
And on water dispute management here, one thing which I noticed was you were saying about equity. On the religion perspective also you were saying about equity. Actually, it is all equality. Equity and equality has entirely different notion, right? You are aware of it, right?
Yes, sir.
So better be careful about the words what you choose. That is one thing. And on other thing that in whatever dispute management, you were saying you were much of only on the government side, what exactly they have to do, the panel, the board, and all. But there is the most important thing is micromanagement at individual,
Yes, sir.
rather than the micromanagement, which I found it to be very simple solution for water disputes management, which I find, which I may be wrong also, but if you can put that word also, probably that gives you a better thing. And on the three
Thank you
doors,
for the suggestion, sir.
on the three important freebies, free things,
Brilliant.
what I find is education, health, and justice. Yeah. Not I find it to be justice. So if I'm wrong, Sridhar sir and Vivek sir can correct.
No, just I think, no, but your answer was brilliant in the sense when you said that education and health are the two
Yeah.
things. I think freebies, yeah, Divyanshu answered. I would look at self-dignity also. I mean, we must restore the dignity of the last man in the line.
Yes.
So I think that's very important. Justice and human dignity and, self-confidence, faith. Those are things that we need to disperse. And health and education, which means if you were to look at freebies, you could say that I would, as the minister, as chief minister, I would probably ensure free education. And not just quantity of education, but quality of education.
Quality of education. Yes.
Quality and quantity blended together. Health, people must have faith in the health system. And this has to be government provided, or otherwise incentivize private sector in a manner that, but to the end user, it should be free.
Yes,
So,
sir.
those are some three for capacity building. Basically, capacity building endeavors are the best freebies you can give, and not just tools like TV and bloody cycles and sewing machines and all those things. You don't teach them skills, you give them a sewing machine. Usko sara machine chalane nahi aata hai. I think that's a very, 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 very matured answer which you gave, which is far beyond your years. Very good, very good.
Thank you, sir.
Overall, it's been wonderful. So, Divyanshu, what you can do is right at the beginning.
Sridhar, please don't say I have no question. When Sridhar sir asks you, do you have a question from the panel? Please prepare a question.
Prepare a question.
Yes, sir.
Prepare a
I'll do
question.
that, sir.
Saying no is insulting.
Yes, sir.
And at the first opportunity, try to introduce yourself in a positive way and put forward all the positive things, like you said about biography.
Yes,
At the introduction itself, if you had brought it in, maybe that would have formed a trigger point for further questioning. So, prepare the reply for your personality. What do you think are the strong suits of your personality? And in that, you include those areas where you can really score well. Okay, that's a great advantage. You can do that.
Well done.
So note on the questions and prepare a reply. And wherever you feel
they get a recording, Sridhar sir.
You can do it. Yeah.
They get a recording. We are recording this, and it goes to them. Yeah. They have
Yes.
access to the
Sir, regarding Mahabharata, I have one another interesting thing that in Oxford, probably on English thesis, Mahabharata is one epic which they do. It is must, I guess. Must. It is must.
Yeah. In fact, Muslin has one of the professors of Oxford has rated the Bible, Quran, and Mahabharata at the same level of thematic significant literature.
Yes.
You must have read the Manish trilogy and all that, the famous works of various authors from
Nagas and all of it.
Nagas. Yeah. You see, Mahabharata.
Shiva trilogy. Yes, sir.
Shiva trilogy. Yes.
Yes.
Mahabharata has got every situation under the earth you can imagine. It is a portion of it is found somewhere or the other in the Mahabharata. It's such a comprehensive kind of a thing. Every kind of a human situation is elaborate. Anyway, all the best. You've done exceedingly well, and I'm sure with a little more effort and preparation. When is your interview?
So 2nd September.
Okay, good.
A lot of time.
Yes,
By the way, that is my father-in-law's birthday.
Arre wow.
2nd September, he turns 90.
Sir, it is also my father's birthday. So.
Arre wow. Then done. It's all done.
मैंने बताया ना फैमिली बड़ा लिंकेज है फैमिली के संग मालविया और सेकंड मिला मिलू के पूरा जोड़ दिया तुमने.
I think the only thing missing is that
and the whole family. But there are two Anselms. This is one Anselm which is the Pink City Anselm which started in 1987. But there's another Anselm which is older than that. Anselm School in Jaipur.
I'm sorry, sir.
Is there another Anselm School which is older than this Anselm PC? Your PC Anselm was started in Malviya Nagar.
Yes, sir. So the second Anselm's Ajmer is the oldest one. This is the second one.
okay. Then Xavier's probably. Xavier's is older, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Xavier's is older than the St. Anselm's.
Because all our brothers and everybody, all my brother-in-laws, they've all studied in Xavier's.
Yes, sir. That is the
Great.
older.
Great.
Yeah.
Anyway, overall, it's been a wonderful exposure, and you came out in flying colors. I'm sure
Very
you'll make it. Definitely, you'll make it. All the best to you.
Send me a picture of your suit and your dress.
Yes,
Get
sir.
Madhvi to tell you this thing. I will guide you on what kind of dress you wear
Great.
and how you get it. All right. Okay. Cheers. All the best. Bye bye.
Thank you
You
so
can
much,
go.
sir.
Can go. Divyanshu, we'll do a little bit of a discussion amongst ourselves. Then we'll kind of close.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless you. Bye bye.
Good. Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Well done. All the best. So.